Hey guys, so for today's video I have the kind of part 2 to the Ulta haul I filmed about a month ago now. So this is going to be an actual kind of demonstration on my face of the products that I showed you, and I wanted to make sure to get this video up as soon as I could because for I think Friday and Saturday only, this collection will be 40% off at Ulta through the Ulta app. So if you've been on the fence about picking anything up from this collection, now might be a good time to give it a try. So in the previous video that I mentioned, I included a lot of swatches. That was like a top-down video, so everything was on my arm, etc. But I wanted to apply those same products to the face to see how they perform that way. So just to kind of recap what I showed you last time. So I have the 6-piece gel eyeliner kit. This was originally $18 and it is now $10.80. And then the 2 eyeshadow palettes that come as a set. These were originally $16 and they are now $9.60. You get 2 quads for about $10. And then the brush set, this was originally $20 and it is now $12. So you get 2 sponges and then you get like a powder brush and 2 eyeshadow brushes. So that is now $12. And then finally the nail kit. This was originally $18 and it is now $10.80. So I did apply this in that video. I have something different on my nails today. But I was pretty impressed with these nail polishes from Ulta. So I wore all of these polishes at the same time on different fingers, and they all pretty much lasted for about a solid week. And that's pretty good wear for me in terms of nail polish. I applied this China Glaze Mary Berry polish for my last Too Faced fruitcake video for obvious reasons, and this was from like a limited edition collection, but it is I think already chipping on me, so just to let you know what I thought of those. So I won't be showing those again, and those 4 items that I mentioned are all in stock. There's a couple of things that I showed you in that video that are out of stock. One, the most popular item seems to be this coffee mug with the 2 like bath products in it. So, you know, it has the Luke's Coffee logo on it. So it's popular for obvious reasons. But I think this is probably the product that you can find elsewhere on the internet. I'm sure there are a lot of Etsy sellers or other places where you can get like a Luke's Coffee mug. So if you weren't able to pick up that set, although the bath products were nice, I don't know that they're anything like super remarkable that you're missing out on. And I did make coffee, by the way, as you saw. And I used the Scotty P's Big Mug Coffee. This is actually from Scott Patterson, I think his name is, who played Luke on the series. So this is their breakfast blend. It's ground coffee. I got this from Amazon, so I'll link it down below. But doing a little bit of internet sleuthing, apparently like a breakfast blend is kind of like your typical diner style coffee. So I opted for this variety. And this is 12 ounces of coffee. I think it was about $10 or $12 on Amazon. So that coffee set was one thing. And then also this hair set, which had the headband that I am wearing and then 2 scrunchies. One of the scrunchies has kind of 2 tails to it. And the other one is just like a little kind of satin blue scrunchie. So again, this is out of stock. It was cute. It was actually the first item I purchased, thinking, okay, I'll just get this and that'll kind of scratch that itch for me. And then of course I go and buy almost everything else in the collection. So I did purchase 2 additional items from the collection since I filmed that video. One was this 4-piece lip kit, which again, as I said last time, it was kind of annoying how they were rolling this collection out because like a few things would pop up and then a few more. And by the time they had released everything, some of the earlier items that they had released were sold out. So that was kind of annoying. But anyway, I picked this up. This is a 4-piece lip kit and it has 2 tinted lip oils and 2 lip glosses. So I will swatch all of these for you on my lips. And this was originally $18. It is now $10.80. And then finally I got these 2 like makeup bags, which are really cute. One has a daisy print, and it has a zipper, and it has like a little rivet that you could, you know, put this in a 3-ring binder if kids still use those, I don't know. But yeah, this one has a daisy print, and this one has that blue plaid. Just give you a bit of an up close look at it. It has the Chilton logo on it, and the same kind of rivet, and it does have a very nice kind of smooth zipper, and then just a plain blue lining. And then on the back it says Ulta Beauty X Gilmore Girls. And this other one, like I showed you, has the daisy print, and this one doesn't have anything on the back, it's just more of the daisies. But it does have a cute like dragonfly pull tab here on the zipper, which I've kept kind of packaged. Okay, so that is the dragonfly pull tab, and again, nice smooth zipper. This dragonfly, I would say, it's not super flimsy, but you can definitely kind of move the wings a little bit, so you might just want to be aware of that if you're throwing it into like a book bag or something where this could kind of get, you know, smashed with some books or whatever. So I wouldn't say it's like super fragile, but it's not like sort of hardcore either. Okay, so those were the new items I got, and then I also, I think, showed you the flyer that was in the Ulta ad a few weeks ago. So I had said that there were candles and the lip products that I hadn't seen up to that point, and I think that's it. But I just did want to mention that they do have the 2 candles. They were originally $20, they are now $12. And there's 2 different candles. So one is a daisy candle. It says, "I love you, 1,000 yellow daisies" on it. And it says the top notes are sun-drenched tangerine, key lime, and green tea leaves. The mid notes are sparkling yellow daisies, muget buds,
muge,
and water lily, I'm guessing that's supposed to be. And the base notes are bleached woods and airy musk. So if those notes sound good to you, and even if you're not like a hardcore Gilmore Girls fan, you might want to pick that up. It looks like it's a 3-wick, and that's about the same size as a Bath & Body Works candle. So I don't think I've tried any of the Ulta candles, but they might be worth trying out because it's hard to get even Bath & Body Works candles at that price. And that is a soy blend candle. And the other candle is a vanilla latte scented candle. It says "Coffee Please" and "A Shot of Cynicism." And for this one, the top notes are crisp apple, coconut cream, fresh steamed milk. The mid notes are vanilla extract, espresso shot, and sheer spice. And the base notes are soft sandalwood and ivory musk. So I don't know kind of how those notes translate in person, but just to give you a heads up that those candles are available. And then they released 2 more kind of, I guess, spa products. So one is a face mask duo. Was originally $14, is now $8.40. And it doesn't really say a whole lot. It just says that there's a chocolate face mask and a rose face mask. So the chocolate face mask has water, kaolin, glycerin, cocoa fruit powder, bentonite, cocoa seed extract. So it looks like it's basically like a clay-based mask. So I would expect that one to be kind of more clarifying, more for oily skin. It does also have lactic acid, fragrance, charcoal powder, coffee seed extract, which is appropriate. So the rose face mask, it has water, glycerin, caprylic, capric triglyceride, butylene glycol. That one seems to be a much more kind of hydrating type of mask. It has mango fruit extract, rose extract, allantoin. It has tea tree leaf extract, sodium hyaluronate, rose flower water, and some other rose ingredients. So the ingredient lists are available online, so if you have any sensitivities or concerns, you can check it out on the website. So I will have links to everything down below, but the discount will only apply if you check out through the app. So if it's easier for you, you can add things to your cart on a browser on your computer and then log on to the app to actually check out. So the final item here is the Gilmore Girls Night In set. And this has an under eye cooling balm, a lip scrub, a facial mist, a universal balm, and a tinted lip oil. So anyway, so I wasn't particularly intrigued by that one. That was originally $20 and is marked down to $12. So I think that's everything I needed to cover before I jump in and start applying things. So there are 2 sponges, and I think in my last video I actually kind of showed you how they looked before and after wetting them. I think I'm going to use this blue sponge today because it's kind of the more traditional teardrop beauty blender shape. So I will wet this and I will be right back. So I don't know if you'll be able to tell that that did get bigger. And I will zoom you guys in here for the makeup portion. Okay, so I wanted to use a foundation that I'm, I guess, decently familiar with. This is the Makeup Forever Reboot. So I didn't actually apply any product with this sponge last time. I just kind of dampened it to see, you know, how much it expanded. And I haven't like washed it or anything yet, so no idea what the kind of long-term wear and longevity of it is. At a certain point, I'm not sure there's really a huge difference in sponges. I do like using the Beauty Blender Pro. I think partly just because I like the color of it, but I know there are a lot of very affordable sponges on the market. I mean, this one seems to be doing just fine. So for $12, you'd be getting 2 sponges and 3 brushes. So again, even if you're not like a hardcore Gilmore Girls fan, it may be worth looking into just to have those products. Okay, so that is what the sponge looks like after applying. I don't think I mentioned that I did have on the Charlotte Tilbury Corrector and the Glossier Future Dew before I started. I'm just going to use the Kosas Brow Gel. Okay, so I've just applied some of the Anastasia concealer, which, let's see, goes on pretty thick. So I'm just going to use the other end of that to blend. And then for my face, I'm going to use the Lancome Teint Idole Concealer. Just putting a little bit on the back of my hand. This one is a little bit darker than the Anastasia and it's thinner. So I find that it's really nice for concealing on the face. So it just kind of melts into the skin. And I think it'll blend in with the foundation a little bit better than the Anastasia. Okay, so before I powder, I'm going to apply this contour, the Kat Von D Mod Con in the shade Fair Cool 90, and then taking my BK 101 brush. So with the powder brush, like I showed you, it's a very floppy but soft brush. I think I'm going to use this by Terry Hyaluronic Pressed Powder. This is a travel size. So I do have dry skin, so I try to be kind of judicious with my powder application. And then I like to use something like the e.l.f. small tapered brush to set underneath the eyes. And I did apply the Fenty eye primer, so I'll just quickly go over the eyelid, just make sure the eyeshadows don't stick. Let's go into these quads. So I thought I would do one eye with one palette and one eye with the other, because why not? So this is the eyeshadow quad duo, and one is I'm the Rory to your Lorelei, and one is the I'm the Lorelei to your Rory. So I guess one is supposed to evoke Rory and one is supposed to evoke Lorelei. So I guess I'll do Lorelei on my left and Rory on my right. That makes sense, right? And again, I did have swatches of these in my last video, but in the I'm the Rory to your Lorelei. So this is going to be on my right eye. I'm going to take this little what do they call this? So they just call it an eyeshadow brush, and then the other one is a blending brush. So going into the lightest shade and just applying that kind of all over the lid. And then I'm going to take the other brush, this little kind of blending brush, going into that matte shade. So picking that up. All right, and then going into the darkest matte shade in the palette, the same blending brush. So these aren't the most kind of crazy pigmented shades, but I think, you know, they give you a nice kind of natural look for school or work. And the thing about shades that are perhaps not as pigmented is that generally they're a little bit less fussy. So they'll give you some definition and some nice color, but it's not going to take you like 30 minutes to blend. Okay, so going back into this shade, I'm just going to go in to this kind of metallic shade and see how... Okay, so this is giving me some fallout, so I forget what I said in that other video, but you might want to use some setting spray. Just take that big brush. Okay, so I'm going to wet the brush and see how that does. Yeah, that definitely gives you a lot more payoff. Still feel it kind of falling a little bit. All right, and then finally, I'm just gonna go in with my finger and just tap a little bit more on top. So with my little reference number 23, I'm gonna go into that bottom shade again and take that underneath the lower lash line. Just go over with that darker shade again, just to kind of add a little bit more drama. So these are very soft brushes on the lid. Okay, it looks so strange only having one eye done, but I think I'll call it on that eye. So I'm just going to kind of quickly run these on a paper towel just to get any kind of excess shadow off. And going into this Lorelei palette, so kind of following a similar approach. So I'm going to take that light beige. So I had stopped recording because my husband came in the room and I think I was applying eyeshadow when I was doing it, and I just realized that I forgot to hit record again. Whatever, that's on me. So I'll just try and recap what I've done. So, you know, I followed a pretty similar approach to each eye, just using the different palettes. I applied the black eyeliner to the upper lash line on this eye. I applied the brown liner to the upper lash line on this eye. I think I applied the taupe liner underneath this eye, and I tried to apply this purple liner underneath this eye, but I wasn't able to get kind of any transfer. Skipped on that and just went back with the black liner, and then I applied the white liner on the lower waterline. I used this shade here as a blush using my reference number 5. So that's a good option if you want to kind of make this more multi-use. There's this other darker matte shade that might work if you have a deeper complexion. And I think I used this shade here just down the bridge of my nose to add a little bit of a highlight. And I think I said that you could try applying one of these two matte shades as a contour. if you didn't mind using a kind of smaller brush, but I opted not to do that. And then I used the Clinique bottom lash on my lower lashes, and I curled my lashes and then used the Tarte Lights Camera Splashes on my upper lashes. So I think that is basically what I did. And I was saying that I think if you're going to not pick up anything from this collection, I would say skip on the eyeliners. I'm just not very impressed with them. And I think the Urban Decay eyeliners might be on sale currently for 50% off, which would make them $11. So you could pick up one really great liner for $11 versus 6 kind of mediocre liners. And Urban Decay, they do a lot of your kind of normal, classic brown, blacks, etc. But they also do some really fun colors. So whether you're looking for kind of a staple liner that you can use every day, or something fun to kind of jazz up a look, they have those options available to you. So yeah, so I would say skip on the liner. I think the eyeshadows are nice for the price, and like I said, you can kind of multi-purpose some of these shades. I kind of went for the most dramatic look that you could get out of these shadows. You could obviously do something a lot more kind of toned down, especially without any kind of liner on the lower lashes. That would kind of make things a little bit more demure, if you will. So that's kind of, I think, all I said in a nutshell. I'm just annoyed at myself that I forgot to hit the record button. Okay, so I think the only thing left here is the lip set, and there are 2 lip oils and 2 glosses. Okay, so the shade names are Best Friends and Like Mother Like Daughter for the lip oils, and then for the lip glosses, it's Two of a Kind and Better Together. Okay, so let's try the lip oils first. So these are kind of more brown and mauve-y. So this one is called Best Friends, tinted lip oil. That is kind of what it looks like. It has just kind of a sweet smell to it, so nothing crazy. So that's just kind of a basic nude, I think. So if you want something kind of really easy to throw on, it feels nice. It's a little bit tackier than some lip oils I've found. So comparing it to lip oils, but it's not anywhere near like a sticky lip gloss type of texture. So it's pretty thin, but again, it's not like, I guess, the thinnest lip oil. So that was Best Friends. Yeah. Going in next with Like Mother Like Daughter, which is the mauve shade. Ooh. So it gives you a little something. It's not like a ton of pigment or anything. And that one feels, you know, pretty much identical to the other one, although I think the ingredients were different for some reason. Okay, so that is Like Mother Like Daughter. And then the 2 lip glosses, these are kind of more pinky peachy. We have Two of a Kind, which is, I guess, the lighter kind of pinky color. It doesn't smell very strong. I can smell something, but it's not overpowering. Okay, so that also is pretty sheer. It's pretty. I don't know really what the difference is supposed to be between the lip oils and the glosses. I mean, this is still a pretty thin lip gloss formula. It's not sticky or anything. And this will be $10.80. You get 4 lip glosses / oils for about $10. All right, and then finally we have Better Together. I feel like with this applicator, I don't know if it's the size of it, it's just like a little doe foot. I feel like I'm having to kind of dip back in. So I'm not sure how long these glosses would last you, but for, what'd I say, $11 for 4, I think you get a decent amount of product across the 4 of them. I think these are 4.1 milliliters each, or 0.13 fluid ounce. Just to compare it to another drugstore lip gloss, this is 5.4 milliliters. So they're 1 milliliter smaller than this, so is that like 20%, I guess. So, you know, again, I don't know what this retails for, probably like $6 or $7. So I think you get a decent amount of product with this set, and I mean, you have some like slight variations in tone, so they're not going to be super opaque or glossy lip products, but if you just want something kind of easy to throw on, the scent isn't offensive. And I'm always wary of lip products that contain peppermint, so I'm relieved that they do not. So I think you could do a lot worse. And they do have the fun kind of little daisy print on the cap there. Okay, so that is gonna do it. I hope this video was helpful, just giving you a little bit more information about what products I think might be worth picking up, especially at 40% off. Again, I think the lip kit and the eyeshadows are great. The bag's really cute. The brushes work well. And I think the nail kit was great too. I would say skip the eyeliners. So really, I think there's just that one dud out of the products that I've tried. So again, I hope you guys found this helpful. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys are all staying very safe and healthy, and I will talk to you soon.